just by looking at these two teams' records heading into, was it week 9 of the NFL season? Maybe it was week 10. I don't even know anymore. But just looking at the Raiders and the Jacksonville Jaguars records, you probably thought this wasn't going to be a very interesting game, but you were going to be wrong. Dead wrong. Absolutely wrong. So I got to start by saying, so in our latest edition of Standouts and Fizzouts, because everybody has winners, losers, risers, and fallers, ours is Standouts and Fizzouts because pop, we love it. We think it should replace all water. Let us know in the comment section which one you guys drink: Pepsi, Coke, Mountain Dew, Pepsi Cola, what, or even if it's that great value Diet Dr. Thunder brand. Whatever you guys drink, let us know in the comment section down below because we would love to hear it. So you get to a matchup like this where you've got two teams that, like I have said in the past, they are just in a position where, yeah, they need to take care of something. Like they need to be able to do, one of them needs to win. Like somebody's got to win. And wasn't my Raiders. It was absolutely rough. You really got to be able to look at this one, and it made you cringe a little bit in a lot of different ways. So the Jaguars take away a win here. It moved to 3-6 on the season. The Las Vegas Raiders dropped to 2-6. I am not a guy that says you should just outright fire Josh McDaniels right away, but after this one, I don't know. I mean, what is it, your third straight or whatever it is game of letting up a double-digit lead? It's just, this is rough. This is absolutely rough. So, yes, we will go ahead and get it down here and start breaking down. So we're going to start out with standouts. Derek Carr, to me, actually kind of was a standout because it is the inability of Josh McDaniels to be able to actually put him in a good position to be successful. Shouldn't be his fault. But we'll talk about Derek Carr in just a second. We're going to talk about Max Crosby. He had that huge fumble recovery that was kind of a rough thing for, JaMychal Hasty to put on the ground. But, you have a guy like Max Crosby on your defense that just seems to lead it in every single way. Made a great play there and did a lot of different things for you. Made that huge tackle for loss or whatever it was. Also got that fumble recovery. He was just everywhere. Max Crosby is the heart and soul of that defense. Don't try to tell me otherwise. Another standout for me, Davante Adams. You go out and catch 10 passes, 146 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Now, kind of disappeared to a degree in the second half, but you like how they scripted him open and just kept feeding him the ball. That you got to continue to do it all game long, though. Josh Jacobs, another standout. I know he only had 17 carries for 67 yards, but also had 3 catches for 20 yards, 87 total yards, but he's just... I just love Josh Jacobs, how tough he runs, what he brings to your offense, and I honestly think that he has probably earned a contract extension. Now, how much that will actually be will be something to be seen later on, but Josh Jacobs continues to be the heart and soul of that offense in a lot of ways as well. Also, Daniel Carlson, he made like 41 field goals in a row? Like, of course, you couldn't do that with the Vikings, but you do with the Raiders. It is what it is. I love it. Daniel Carlson, absolute stud, nail driver of a field goal kicker you got there. You love it. All pro, nothing else short of it. So you love it. You got him as a consistent guy. Also, Rock Yassin also out there making a couple of nice plays in the coverage game as well. But after that, I don't know. It was kind of rough. It's very hard to see any other really positives like this offensive line still. Again, it was tough for them. You'll also look at the defense where, again, it's the Jaguars. You still allowed them to score, 27 points, and it just was not fantastic. But as far as the rest of the defense, Blake Martinez, I would consider him a standout, 11 total tackles. Him and Denzel Perriman are just flying around making plays and continue to be just absolute rock stars in the middle there for you, and you love to see it. Now, Fizzouts. How about blowing a double-digit lead? Again, you are 0-5 in one-score games, as are the Raiders, and it might just be time to move on. Like, it is one thing where, like, take the Vikings for example, and you have them in a spot where last year under Mike Zimmer, they were like 7-8 in one-score games or less or whatever it was, and now you've got a team like the Raiders that are 0-5, and all of a sudden the Vikings have made a coaching change. They're 7-1. The Raiders, a coaching change. I mean, there's so many, like pretty much every game you're in, other than the Saints game. We're gonna just sweep that one under the rug and forget about it. In every single game you play, it is basically comes down to one possession. It comes down to your defense making one more play, or Derek Carr getting one more force down, or whatever it is, and you still can't do it. It's just, that's coaching, man. I think Josh McDaniels is coaching himself out of a job, but it's just, It's rough. I thought he was going to be and do a lot of different great things for the Raiders, but it's not looking like it so far. Amik Robertson had that missed sack on Trevor Lawrence. Also had that missed tackle on Trevor Lawrence when he could just he could have tattooed him when Trevor Lawrence had that really long run there in the second half. Also the kick return coverage. Yeah, Jamal Agnew is a stud. Don't get me wrong, and in fact that the Jaguars should really incorporate him in a lot more of what they do. But that what was it to begin the second half there, or I think it was that kickoff return. You just let him have that huge one. Gives them a huge shot in the arm that they needed, and just special teams, you got to be able to not shoot yourself in the foot if your offense and defense are kind of stagnant. Also, that Derek Carr throw to Amir Abdullah, where it would have been a touchdown at 11 a little bit, but Chad Muma was there to break it up. It just, you got to lead him, man. You got to lead him a little bit more, so it's at least, out more in the front or the middle or whatever it is. And now, as I punch my microphone, but at the end of the day, if you're Derek Carr, you got to throw that one out a little bit more to Abdullah, who I absolutely love, by the way. Trayvon Moehrig got absolutely thrashed on that Christian Kirk touchdown. And he's just, I don't know, he seems to be playing kind of out of position. He's not really in the places he needs to be. It's tough. It's absolutely tough. The Raiders, that late defensive play calling, I want to see more aggression. You didn't get a single sack this game. What was it? Also, I think it was the same thing against the Saints too. Like this defensive line, Andrew Billings and company, like on the inside, Ballo Nichols, who I was praising all offseason, it just hasn't come to fruition. I need to see more from this defense. Andre James, you missed that huge block on Andrew Wingard. I know you're probably going to put it on Dylan Parham, but no, that was a key drive for the Raiders, and you missed that block, and it causes Derek Carr to throw that one away late in the game. And then also the late game run defense and the late game management by the Raiders and play calling, I don't get it. I really don't get it. You're on a 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1, and you try a deep shot to Adams. Why not a slant? Why not something like a design China route? Something that's more, that guarantees. Also, Josh Jacobs, you're going to sit here and tell me if you load up the box, Josh Jacobs is going to get you a yard. Something better than that play calling. I give up. I got to let it go, because if I don't, I'm going to lose my absolute mind. But it is what it is at this point. The Raiders, again, Josh McDaniels might be coaching himself out of a coaching position here, but it is what it is. Yes, as far as that, also Hunter Renfrow, I would consider him a standout. I need to see more, though. Can we not scheme Hunter Renfrow more open, too? He had 3 catches, 26. Had that really nice catch on that. Well, I think it was the first drive or whatever, but after that, okay. Trevor Lawrence, definitely a standout for me for the Jaguars. By the way, Derek Carr was a standout. I don't care what anybody says. But Trevor Lawrence, 25 of 31, very effective, 235 yards, a touchdown, no interceptions. Travis Etienne's 3rd 100-yard rushing game in a row, 28 carries, 109 yards, and 2 touchdowns for the former Clemson product. Yes, Christian Kirk, 8 catches, 76 yards, also had a touchdown himself. Marvin Jones, 5 catches, 48 yards. Zay Jones, 5 catches, 40 yards. This passing game for the Jaguars is actually kind of underrated. They're able to get those key short passing situations kind of go down for them, and it's just rough. Also, Travis Etienne also had 2 catches for 17 yards. Luke Farrell out there catching a pass also. Just this defense also making a lot of great plays. It was shocking. I just could not believe this. But Jaguars standouts, we mentioned Travis Etienne, but Dwayne Smoot, this man, 2 sacks, calling game there pretty much at the end as well, and really setting the tone up front for the Jaguars. You need to keep this man around. He's an absolute stud. He just continues to bring it, and I love me some Smoot. He's awesome. Christian Kirk, we mentioned. Jamal Agnew. Can we please scheme more things open for this guy? I don't care. More end arounds, more screen passes. He is a lightning in a bottle. That's exactly what he is. Just please get this man the ball a lot more than you currently are. Marvin Jones, again, we mentioned, just being that old, reliable kind of guy, and you love to see it. As far as fizzouts, though, it's that JaMychal Hasty fumble. Not exactly what you want to see, but you see this team really come back, though, being down, 17-0 at one point, and JaMychal Hasty had that fumble. Max Crosby recovered. The Raiders looked like they were really going to take this one, but after that, the Jaguars did get it together, and that was really good to see. Also, Tyson Campbell there, just getting targeted early and often and covering Devontae Adams. I really just hope that Tyson Campbell continues to develop, because he's actually a very talented football player, but he did get picked on there early in the game as well. But as far as other, fizzouts, I really need to see more from Javon Walker, and I really want to see more from this defensive line as a whole, being even Josh Allen, maybe please getting to this. You go up against an offensive line that definitely needs its help, and you only come out with 2 sacks from Smoot. Come on, you need to be able to get after Derek Carr and the Raiders more in that regard. So it is what it is at this point. The Jaguars come out with a big-time win, and are able to get it done. Riley Patterson did miss a field goal, but it is what it is at this point. The Jaguars basically score 27 points to beat the Raiders. It's just Wow, I was not expecting that. I thought the Raiders were going to put more of a fight up, but it is what it is. The Josh McDaniels era may be coming to an end. I don't know, but overall, it was a very good game. Even though, again, two teams that were below 500, you didn't think it was going to be that good, but it really was a good game. But let us know if we missed any standouts, or you guys saw anybody that fizzled out as well. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome. We love every single one of you. Down in the description below, you'll find all of our social media platforms. So give us a like and a follow there. Also, remember to give us a listen and sub on iTunes. And finally, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com or put in the comment section down below, and we would love to cover. But let us know what you guys drink, whatever it is. Maybe if there's a little bit of Jose Cuervo in there, I don't know. In terms of pop and standouts and fizzouts, because it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Is it Coke, Mountain Dew, Pepsi, Great Value, Diet Dr. Thunder, whatever it is? Let us know in the comment section down below. And let us know what you guys think about our latest edition of Standouts and Fizzouts for the Las Vegas Raiders versus Jacksonville Jaguars matchup.